I flew 12 hours across the Atlantic because my mother cried into her phone and said one sentence I was stupid enough to believe. Please come home. This Christmas needs you. My name is Natalie Brooks. I'm 31 years old. I live in Berlin. And that was the night I finally learned that in my family, need was just another word for use. She called me at 2:47 a.m., voice shaking, mascara streaked down her cheeks on FaceTime. She talked about how distant I'd become, how my nieces asked why Aunt Nat never visits, how families fall apart when people stop showing up. I listened in the dark of my apartment, jet lag already crawling into my bones before I'd even booked the ticket. 10 hours later, 2 layovers, a dead phone, and a spine that felt like it had been folded into luggage, I stood on my parents' porch in Phoenix with a suitcase full of gifts I couldn't afford and hope I absolutely shouldn't have packed. I rang the bell. The door opened fast. No hug. No how was your flight? No smile. My mom looked straight past my face, down at my suitcase, and said, "Good, you made it. You'll stay with the kids. Your brother and I leave tomorrow." That was it. My welcome home. My brother Mark appeared behind her, car keys spinning on his finger, laughing. "Hey kids, don't climb on Aunt Nat too hard. She's been resting all year." They laughed. All of them. Something inside me went silent. Not anger. Not sadness. Just, off. I smiled. Set my suitcase down. And followed them inside. They had already printed the itinerary. Flights. Resort photos. Matching family package. The credit card on the confirmation email. Mine. Because that's the part no one ever talked about out loud. For years, I wasn't just the daughter who moved abroad. I was the emergency plan. When the mortgage fell behind, I loaned money. When Mark's startup collapsed, I covered cards. When utilities shut-off notices arrived, I paid them quietly. When subscriptions renewed, groceries ran short, cars broke down, my phone buzzed. And I paid. Every time. I lived in a studio. Took the tram. Cooked cheap meals. Somehow still funded a house I didn't live in. This time, though, I came prepared. After we sat down, I opened my laptop. "Before you leave," I said calmly, "we need to talk." They groaned. Rolled eyes. Same routine. I opened a spreadsheet. Dates. Amounts. Notes. 3 years of transfers. Rent shortfalls. Medical bills. School fees. Streaming services. Just until Friday. We'll pay you back. I scrolled slowly. The total sat at the bottom in bold. $58,700. The room went dead. My mother whispered, "That can't be right." "It is," I said. "And that doesn't include the mortgage." My father stiffened. I clicked again. There it was. The loan document. Both our names. They'd added me years earlier just for a better rate. I'd been covering gaps ever since. "I didn't agree to bankroll a household," I said. "I agreed to help when things were hard. You made hard your normal." Mark grabbed the printed agreement I slid across the table. "What is this?" "A record," I said. "Not court. Not threats. Just acknowledgement." Then I opened the reservation screen. Status: cancelled. Silence didn't just fall. It cracked. "I cancelled the trip," I said. "It was booked on my card." My mom gasped. My dad stood up. "You had no right." I paid. I had every right. Then I said the sentence that froze everything. "And I'm removing my name from the mortgage." That's when the panic hit. I explained, calmly, that the bank would reassess. That payments would be their responsibility. That automatic transfers were ending. I clicked cancel. One by one. My phone chimed with confirmations. My father called me cruel. I stood up. "No," I said. "I'm done disappearing so you can pretend everything's fine." I left that house with my suitcase and no intention of returning. What they didn't know, what I never told them, was that I already owned a 1-bedroom condo downtown. Bought quietly. Alone. Paid for with boundaries I hadn't enforced yet. When the Facebook posts started about ungrateful children and betrayal, I didn't respond. I didn't need to. Reality responded for me. Letters came. Bills stacked. Credit tightened. My brother took extra shifts. My mother sold handbags she once bragged about. Months later, she stood in my living room holding a small check. "I'm sorry," she said. "We were wrong. It wasn't about the money. It was about the acknowledgement." I spent Christmas alone that year. Lights on. Silence loud. Peace louder. Here's the truth no one warns you about. The moment you stop funding someone's life, they call you heartless. But the people who truly love you, they eventually learn how to stand on their own. So ask yourself this. If your absence only hurts because your money is gone, were you ever really loved for anything else?